ignore my entire bed frame, though it is a king size. You know what I'm saying?
That's all that matters. I'm jealous.
All right, so today I have my wonderful unorthodox panel because we're unlike the rest. We're young, we're Black, we're fun. And we are going to discuss streaming services. The hoes are ruining it. Disney, a hoe. Amazon, a hoe. All these hoes are ruining streaming services. We have Des, the comedian. Rahquelah, the dancer. Brent, the producer. Brittany, the everything. And Jay, the photographer. So let's start with, what streaming services do you guys currently pay for? And then tell me which streaming services you have. Okay? I'll start. I technically pay for Hulu, but it's because I have a premium student account and it comes with Hulu.
Nice. I have the only one I pay for, which I need to not be paying for, is ESPN Plus. But my mom has Disney Plus, so she gets ESPN Plus in like her bundle with Hulu. So I'm paying for one streaming service that I don't need to be paying for, but I have I have all of them. I'm not gonna lie. I got Peacock, I got Netflix, I got Hulu, I got Amazon Prime. Yeah, I got all those. Like those are the big four, at least.
It's gonna be like a bomb. I pay for I pay for Amazon Prime. I'm gonna keep it. I have a lot of. I have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and HBO Max. I think all the ones I have. Yeah, most of them through my mother, except for Disney Plus. I think my sister has that.
I was about to say, send me that link.
Okay, I'll go. I have Netflix, Hulu, and I think just like you, Cheyenne, I have Amazon Prime with the student ID. But honestly, I think I have Hulu from Spotify or something like that. So I think I only have 3. I don't have Disney Plus, which apparently is very rare, but that's the one that I don't have.
So are we counting music services too, like music streaming services?
Just TV shows and like movies.
Okay. Well, then technically I pay kind of for one. I didn't know I was paying for it. My mom was like, I got you Disney Plus. I was like, wow, thank you for this gift. And then I saw my bank statement and was saying it was taken out. So I was like, oh, okay. So she just signed me up. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got us Disney Plus.
Right.
Wait, you got us Disney Plus.
Yeah. And so so I have that. That's the one I pay for. But the other ones that I have are Netflix and Hulu. And yeah, I think that's it.
What you got, Brent?
So I've got most of them too. I've got Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime. And I tried to get Crunchyroll because I like watching my anime. But, you know, I had to get rid of it. It was too much. Couldn't afford them all. So
Wait, so you own each account individually?
Mm-hmm.
You crazy.
I outsource, man.
Yeah,
outsource. Right? Got all the parentals. My family, my friends' families. I got all types of emails.
Yeah. Like after hearing you guys go through it, I remember that technically I do have HBO Max through my friend Tanisha, but I only use it for Insecure. And I have Amazon Prime through my roommate, but I don't watch anything on there. So yeah.
Anybody can get connected to like a streaming service. Like if they wanted to. Like you have a friend where you can get some streaming service from.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like my siblings have like Netflix like each. So that means like I have like 3 different Netflix accounts.
Oh, y'all money away. I gotta designate one person to Netflix, one person to Hulu, and then you know the next one's a throwaway.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, I just give my friends like the Netflix accounts that I don't use, like because I hate it when they're watching my stuff and it pops up. Gets on my nerves. So like I'll be like, yeah, you can use this one. It's like one of my other sisters. So.
If you're real crazy, my friends back in high school, they used to all pitch in to get porn accounts so they could get HD porn back in high school. They used to pitch in to get like Brazzers Premium or whatever.
I'm weak. I like vouch and like never pay for porn.
Yeah, I would never. Yeah. One streaming service I won't pay for.
I like when they give you like the 1 week free, you know, I'll sign it.
I appreciate it.
My different email. And I mean, I guess OnlyFans isn't technically a porn account, but I like it. I think that it's good to like pay the people who are making the content.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely support the sex workers.
So when is it too much? How many accounts is just too much? We already heard Brent say that, I didn't count, but you reached the threshold.
Yeah, it's four.
Okay, so the average cable bill was what, like $50 to $70? I don't feel old enough to verify that, but
That's true. I thought it was like a couple hundred. Not a couple hundred, but like 150, 130, 150.
It depends. Like if you have basic cable, like, because honestly, if you have one of those things, most of the time that's just like free. But like if you have like Spectrum, that's like cable, but like they trying to not make it seem like cable, then that is expensive. And so like DVR and all that stuff.
I think the hundreds of dollars is if you have like internet and TV.
And the home phone and everything.
Yeah, that might be true.
My parents
home phone.
Your parents still have a home phone?
My parents still have a home phone.
Just for the plan, or like do they use it?
I guess the people use it. Yeah, we get calls. Now, do they answer it? I cannot tell you. But yeah, they have one.
But I would say like too many is like past 5. Because like if I ever hear someone like using like CBS access, because that's apparently a streaming service too, which I did use for a second, so I'm a hypocrite. It's just for the free trial though. Because I was trying to watch the Thanksgiving Day parade, right? And so they only had it on there. And so I got the free trial, but I feel like there's too many to keep up with. And like, I feel like they should merge some of them because they even have like a couple for anime, right? They have Crunchyroll and does Funimation have their own?
Yes,
I think so.
Yeah, and then they're buying Crunchyroll. Funimation buying Crunchyroll.
Oh, damn.
When will people just go back to cable? Because if it's not on Netflix or Hulu, then like, I'm out. I'm not going to look for it. I mean, I do have a Crunchyroll account. I forgot to mention that earlier. But even then, it's like I'm watching like 3 or 4 shows. And then I found out that one of my favorite anime on Hulu, Horimiya, isn't even on Crunchyroll. I'm like, why do I have to deal with commercials?
To this day, I don't know how Hulu got away with that. Having people buy a subscription just to still show them commercials.
So I feel like because I have the ability to I'll always have the ability to get somebody's account. Like my thing is more just don't give me ads. I don't want to watch ads. That's why I don't have cable. Like I was so mad when I got on Peacock and saw The Office and it had ads. I was so upset. It took away from the whole show.
I never heard of Peacock.
It's just an app, I think.
Yeah, I think it's like NBC.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I heard that Peacock was free at one point, or is it still free to like get? You don't have to subscribe, but after you subscribe, it's just for free.
I'm not sure. I got my girl's mom's account.
Yeah, it is like Hulu, where initially the base tier was completely free. And I think that's why Hulu has ads now, because it used to be free with ads, but now they charge with ads. But Peacock is still currently free.
Tubi is still like that. Tubi is free, but they got the ads. But you can put up with it because they got good movies on it.
Netflix showed me how many people didn't keep their DVDs because All About the Benjamins is number 3 right now. And most people should have that DVD. You should have that somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
I got it. I'm talking to my grandma's right now.
And that's another thing. Like when streaming services started to like sell individual shows or like pull a certain episode, like iconic Golden Girl episode when they had like the mud mask. That's why people like start investing in DVDs and stuff. Because it's like the series that you like is not technically yours on the streaming site.
Dang, that's true.
Yeah, because they can take it away at any time. Because I was upset. Well, I get it. I understand. But like when Dave Chappelle like pulled his show off of there, like I was like, and because my brother had like his seasons on DVD, but those are collecting dust somewhere in storage, right? And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get to see it. And then like literally as soon as I was gonna go watch it, he pulled it off. So it's like you said, it's never yours, and like anytime they can just take it away.
I think Amazon Prime gets you to buy some DVD or some series. That's another thing I don't like. Like if I'm already paying for the subscription, why are you showing me ads to buy stuff that I thought I was already paying. Because I was trying to watch some movie on Amazon Prime that I saw was on there. And then it was like, buy or rent. I was like, buy or rent?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a sub. like, I'm like, why am I buying or renting?
I thought we were cool. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
No, I think for Amazon as well, I do have a lot of Amazon, but I think it's like it has a catch to it. It only lets you watch Amazon original shows. So like, I don't even know. I know The Boys is on Amazon, and that's like one of my favorite shows, but I used to be a big Teen Wolf fan, but if you go on there, I think they used to have it on there where you could watch. But yeah, I totally agree that they can just take it off anytime, and I hate it because I still pay for it. Or well, yeah, my mom pays for it, but kind of. So
I know like a lot of these people who put films through like Amazon and Netflix, they sign contracts. And it's like contracts to after how long they can have their film and stuff up on there. So probably why some of them got taken off. The contract was up.
Has anybody done like the VPN or whatever it is where you could like change where you're located? Because when I was in Brazil, they had like all of like the cool kids like shows and movies. Like they had Matilda. I love Matilda for some reason. They had Matilda on Netflix, and I was so excited when I was out there. But they had like a whole different like bunch of movies on there. It was super cool.
Okay.
I tried that, but it didn't let me. I'm sorry, Sharon. Yeah, I tried that before they let Avatar on Netflix, and it wouldn't let me. Like I downloaded the whole thing and everything, and I was like, I'm going to play the system, but it would not let me play it.
That sucks. I was contemplating doing it too.
Oh, yeah, that does suck. Especially because it's like, that's how I used to watch a lot of reality TV shows from different countries. I would use like a VPN, change to Canada, and then watch like Canadian Big Brother. And I used to do the same thing with Drag Race because they have a UK version. And those hoes said, nope, not today. But speaking of Matilda, this is so random. Netflix is doing a Matilda reboot, and the main teacher lady, Honey, is supposed to be black.
Oh.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Do we know who? I'd be interesting to see the cat. Throw Janelle Monáe in there, Doc. She can do it. She's little and dainty.
Whose fault is it for all these streaming services? Should like Netflix have strong-armed these other people and then like they're pretending to be like us? Or are we the people supposed to decide which streaming services are just not going to happen? But also, is it Disney's fault? Because I feel like it's Disney's fault.
I feel like it goes back and forth, like between the consumer and then like the producer. Because like at this point, there's so many streaming services, it's like cable again, but except you're paying for each thing, right? And so it's like, we want things that are like tailored to us. So that's why like they'll be like, oh, well, you can't have like too much anime on Netflix because there's a anime service just for that. Because some people just watch a certain type of show or just rely on a certain network. And so I feel like since people want their own little box of entertainment all the time, then the producers of all of these streaming services, they feel the need to like really just hone in on what those are, right? And so I don't know. I feel like, I mean, maybe Disney has something to do with it, but I feel like because it took Disney a while to come to the streaming game. Like Netflix was already like on it, and like that's, you know, Disney used to be on Netflix, and then they finally was like, well, hold up, we can have our own, right? But I don't know. I feel like it goes both ways.
I blame Disney because they set the blueprint. They were like, they waited. They knew. They were like, we're just going to wait. And then when all your contracts are up, we're going to put your entire childhood on our platform. And they got us. And then NBC was like, oh, we're going to do that with Law and Order and all of the NBC shows, and every channel just piggybacked off of what Disney Channel did. So I blame Disney Channel 100%.
I definitely think Disney was the boldest. Because, they just took all their content and put it on their own app. Like, Netflix was more generalized. Same thing with Hulu. But, with Disney, they were just like, all right, we're going to take all Disney shit and then put it all on Disney+. That's the only way you're going to get to see it.
I don't know. I just feel like in the next couple of years, they're going to be like, buy these 2 streaming services at the same time and you'll get a discount, and subscribe to this one. We'll get this one free. And eventually it's going to be like cable again. And Cable wasn't that bad. Like as a kid, okay, I don't have cable as an adult, but as a kid, I remember like On Demand and all that stuff where you could watch shows that already premiered anytime you want. So I'm like, where did it come from?
On Demand used to be, they used to have everything on demand. Like that was the best. So I definitely like, I'm going to be sad because I think what's going to happen is all these streaming services are going to buy each other up and then we're just going to have to see ads again. It's just going to come back.
I hate ads like I hate emails.
Email. Ooh, I used to be scared of emails in college. I would like finish homework and I'm like, I'm not checking emails. That means work. I'm not doing anything.
So does anyone have like a favorite streaming service? What shows are y'all watching?
I've been really rocking with HBO Max. But they got a lot of well-produced shows on HBO Max. That's what I like. That's what I started to realize when I got some of these like streaming services that I hate watching low-quality shows. But the production value got to be high for me to really fuck with it.
Little sidebar on HBO. As a little kid, I remember my first porn was like late night IMAX HBO stuff. Do they have it on demand?
They did have it on demand back then.
Like, I mean, do they have it in the app? Do they have it? Do they have porn on the streaming app?
Oh, no. Nah, that's a bold request.
trying to take a trip down memory lane real quick.
I'm just saying. I would like to see it.
They got a lot of add-ons for HBO Max. I don't own any of them, but like they have like certain platform add-ons like IMAX and all that stuff. So maybe, I don't know. You look into that.
I think Netflix is definitely my favorite. Netflix is cool because I like what they're doing right now with like they got like the top 10. And then I like what they're doing because they're like cycling through. They're like, hey, we're going to have this movie on for a month. Watch it before it's gone. And then they got a whole new group of movies. So I think they're smart in how they're handling everything that Disney's doing and all these platforms that are taking their stuff, as well as they're giving people money to actually make cool projects and make the movies they want to make and then put Netflix original on it and put it on there. So I think Netflix is my favorite for sure. I know it's my favorite for sure.
My favorite has to be like Amazon Prime, I think, because not only do you get like, you know, the big budget, the Hollywood and blockbuster movies, but you get like these smaller indie films that you never find if it wasn't for Amazon, because they allow those types of films to be on their platform, regardless of their budget or whatever.
I feel that, but I think Amazon would have to be like a close second. I think I'm with the rest of you guys with Netflix. It's just, I feel like Netflix is always going to be like the OG, and they have lost a lot of their stuff, but they're still uploading a lot of new stuff. So I can't complain. I do love Amazon though, but Netflix is the one for me.
It's weird for me because honestly, most of the like actual genuine TV I watch is reality shows, and which I pirate them and I don't use any app. So I think my favorite app is probably Crunchyroll because they have a lot more anime and like K-dramas than anyone else. But I'm wondering like how much space there is for Amazon in the long term, and if like the government will make them stop doing literally everything, because they're doing groceries, they're doing delivery, they're doing movies. Like the kids don't stop.
Amazon's out here being the country's mom, dog.
Yeah. And they introduced like that new thing.
I don't know.
Have, like mega cycles, and they have to work the graveyard shift. I'm like, what's going on?
Wow.
At one point, is it going to start feeling like a monopoly, and they're just in control of too much? You know, I think that's like the question.
Wait, what's that movie?
I mean, like, no, you go.
Oh, I was going to go on your tangent. What were you guys say, Rahquelah?
Okay. Well, no, I was just going to say, like, because this is like related, but not, but like, it's kind of the same thing with social media, because right now social media is not regulated at all, right? And so like people, or in a degree, because I don't know, on Netflix, if you've seen The Social Dilemma, how they talk about like those algorithms, how like they can't even really control it, right? So when it comes to ads and all that stuff, like we are the product, like those ad sellers are literally trying to buy our attention. And so I feel like since they have so much control, the government, there's no regulation on that. I don't see like, I don't think they would think to do it for Amazon right off either, right?
Yeah, because Amazon
Just
makes them
because
a
like
lot of
there's
money
so
too.
many different social
money
media
into that.
platforms as well that like kind of don't have any regulation.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And Brent, what were you saying?
Oh yeah, I was saying like because Amazon controls so much of the market, they get like so much of people to like invest in stuff and put money into the economy. So I don't see them putting a regulation on that when they're getting more money out of it.
I would have regulated.
But it's untaxed though. What if they're not getting taxed on it though? That's the question.
They make so many donations that they don't like pay taxes at all, which is kind of bullshit because it's the same thing as like Bill Gates and his like craziness in Africa.
Or possibly Oprah. Some people say Oprah. I don't know. I'm not gonna take shots at Oprah,
but it's
some
like
people say Oprah.
your way of improving the world through your standards should not be a substitute for taxes to the American government. But before that, when you were talking about Amazon controlling everything, what's that movie with like the fat people that can't stand?
Wally.
It's Wally.
Yeah, Wally.
I was like, we are about to be owned by Amazon, like Walmart, UPS. I don't know. Like they're just gonna form one. Oh, Viacom. It's gonna be like Amazon, Walmart, and Viacom are gonna be just one big media conglomerate grocery store that also does real estate. Like that's what's gonna happen.
I'm down for it. I feel like, this is the thing. I feel like people are making the assumption that we're going to live long enough to see things get really bad. And I don't think we're going to live that long. So we might as well enjoy all this stuff while it's here and cool.
Somebody going to live that long. Yeah,
I think we're in the worst of it. I think we're in the worst of it right now. Like,
I don't know.
That's true.
No one knows how badly social media really affects you, how much watching TV that over dramatizes everything really affects you. It's like,
I'm scared of the kids trapped in COVID right now.
Yeah.
Like, what is this doing to this generation trapped inside? That scares me.
What were you saying, Jay?
Well, I was going to say, just to your point about the social media, that's what I was bringing up last episode. Like, we really don't know how this affects us socially, social media, or mentally in the long run. So, yeah, we're right at that point where we're about to figure that out.
Be fun.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, because basically everything that they are receiving is digital, right? To a degree, because like they're not able to socialize anymore. They're not able to pick up on those cues that you get in school. Like, how do I act around other kids? Is it okay to do this? Right? You're getting all of those cues from social media, how to act on there. And what gets trending on social media is some chaotic stuff, right? Or it's just not something that is like human like. It's always something that's like unattainable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like, I feel like it sets up for this generation, especially like the ones that were just starting school, like kindergartners and stuff. I feel like they're going to be like more self-conscious and insecure and not really know how to function with others in a setting, right? To where they can't like curate, like, oh, this is how my image looks right now, you know, like stuff like that. Cause like when you're in the real world, you can't control that. But I don't know, that's what I'm thinking.
See, a couple points on that is that like one of the reasons why adults now are like talking about how kids look so adult is because they grew up in social media. So kids and teens are modeling their looks after hours, making them seem more adult. Like if I had Instagram at 13, I probably have good skin too. I would probably be wearing like very padded bras. If I thought cleavage was cool at 13 because of IG models, then I would probably try to look like an IG model. But the second thing is, these kids are growing up with weird YouTube videos. Like, not even just 5-year-olds, but like the 13-year-olds. I remember my little sister at 5 watching the weirdest, violent YouTube videos. And my parents would just be like, whatever, she's not bothering us. She's not bothering you. Let it go. And I'm just like, what happens when kids literally grow up with one, advertisements next to their screens, two, unregulated internet, and three, like a lack of compassion because it's like no one's teaching you things on YouTube. They're literally just like throwing shit against the wall. Unlike
Yeah. Yeah, no, like when you brought up the ads, I just remembered that, like, because you know how they used to have like Saturday TV, like in the mornings, it would be like for the kids. So like that's right, or regulated more so to where they can't show certain ads and stuff like that. There is nothing like that on social media. Like you can't, there's no kids version of social media. Even streaming sites like Netflix has like the kids version. I think Hulu has like a kids version. I don't know.
I think
But
they do.
yeah, but like on social media, TikTok.
But it's weird.
Yeah, that is uncharted territory. I don't know. But yeah, so it's just like to think that, like, well, first of all, like with streaming, if we're considering that, like, I feel like that's like a time capsule. Like if we're not talking about new content of things for like people to like look at and pick up cues from. But even then, I feel like a lot of kids don't use streaming services. I feel like this is like adult, or at least I want to say like maybe 18 and up, maybe. Because I just don't, like my own niece, like she might just put it on Adventure Time and like just keep it on all day, but she's on TikTok, she's on Facebook,
Twitch?
she's on Instagram.
Is she on Twitch?
Yeah.
Twitch is, that's where I'm curious is like, are people only going to be like wanting to watch stuff that's happening like at that moment? Because I feel like that's where the like next generation is kind of at. Like they only want to see it if it's happening right now. They only want what's current.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Twitch is disturbing because I haven't posted anything yet, but like I saw some 11-year-olds follow me. And that's what kind of scared me on TikTok too. I'm like, oh, I can't control who follows me.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I was on Omegle, and it's like there's hella kids on Omegle, and then just like just a giant penis, and then another kid on Omegle, and I'm like, I like warned the kid, and he was like, I know about the penises, leave me alone, and he got mad at me, like what?
Right.
But it's like I don't know if like kids can become desensitized, or if like I don't know what's going on. It's clearly just different than the way we had it, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think kids are getting desensitized, but I think like, because I think we're all around the same age too. I know personally for me, I can slightly be desensitized to certain things. Like even seeing like Deadpool and The Boys on Amazon, there are certain things where it's just like, I don't know if you guys have watched The Boys, but like, yeah, it's like, okay, I am slightly, there are parts where I'm like, where I flinch and I'm like, okay, I'm not completely desensitized, but like, yeah, I think Des, you've watched it.
I've seen it.
Okay.
It's a good scene in there with the whale.
Yeah. And like heads blow up out of nowhere. And I'm like, keep it Disney, but I'm like, it's like, I am slightly desensitized, but I feel like for us too, we grew up where there were like, at least for me, Saturdays when I was younger was just reserved for Scooby-Doo and Powerpuff Girls. But now these kids, like my brother, she's always on TikTok, or like you said, he's on the live stream stuff. And sometimes things happen on there and he's like, look at this. And I'm like, cringe. This is happening right now, but I don't want to see this. So I think it is like a generation growing up. And I would say that if things don't change, they will be more desensitized and won't even notice what's going on around them. Like they watch what's going on, but they're not fully aware what's actually going on, like outside their window or in their city.
I think it's important to like understand now that like how much kids can understand too. Like kids aren't stupid. Like we could definitely start teaching a lot more things at a lot younger ages. And I think people are really starting to realize that because of the internet.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like even if the parents won't tell them, they'll be like, well, I got a phone, so I'm gonna look it up real quick. And also too, they could be looking up wrong things, right?
Literally, when you guys were talking, I had a flashback to being a kid. And like, there were so many opportunities to just be scarred, traumatized. But I was just like, no. No. Like kids today don't have like, or not kids today, some people that are children don't have that discernment. They're all curious, but no, like, I guess when you grow up in social media, it's not as scary and foreign. And so more people are just more likely to like put their entire selves into it. Whereas like growing up, we were very like username only, you know, not my face on this. I didn't have a MySpace picture of myself. Like my mom would not allow me to post myself on MySpace. So I'm just like today when kids have TikToks and Twitches, I'm just like, I shouldn't know you. I shouldn't be able to see you is my thing.
Yeah.
But we're getting off track of streaming services. So to round it out, I would like everyone to say one streaming service that they think will stay for the next 30 years and one streaming service that should go. Des?
Start us off. Ooh, I definitely think, I feel like Disney's going to stick around for at least 30 years. They're probably thinking 40 years ahead of everybody else. I feel like they need to get ESPN out of there. I feel like ESPN Sports probably won't exist because like sports news is just like gone because people just want to see it happen or not. So I feel like ESPN Plus, and that's definitely going to die. Plus the app is garbage. I got it on my any device I use it on. The ESPN app is the worst app. Never wants to work. I bought the Conor McGregor fight. The last fight, it didn't even work on the app. I bought it $70.
$70.
So I pirated it too. I didn't even feel bad about pirating after that. It was just like, you did this to yourself. So yeah, ESPN, get it out of here.
Yeah, I would say that Netflix has staying power because they are good about creating original content. Like they were one of the first to start creating their own, right? And so they've like kind of like broadened from just providing old stuff to like, we're also going to create things. So I feel like they definitely have staying power. And also it's the OG, like they were the first to do it. And so like, it's kind of like, you know, we kind of have, you know, we run this. So like, they're going to keep doing things. I think one that needs to go personally, I don't know why. I think I'm just salty. The CBS Access thing. I don't even know like what all they have on there. And I'm just like, you just gotta go.
I don't know what shows were ever popping on CBS. Like
right.
That.
Okay, let's not do that because Big Brother, The Amazing Race, y'all are playing games.
I never seen no
I
game.
was Law and Order, I think, was on at the same time or something. I must not have got it.
Jay?
I say, well, the one I definitely want to see stick around is HBO Max. Like the quality over quantity is definitely for me. But I think realistically, Netflix is probably going to stick around the longest. And the one that I think needs to go 100% is Amazon Prime. They disrespected me by telling me to rent or buy when I already had the subscription. I can't let that go. They need to shut them down immediately.
I feel that though. Like you got my money.
Yeah, right. Like I paid $14. Like where did that go?
Oh, that's fun.
Okay. I think I have to agree with you guys. Amazon is just the OG. I feel like they've been in the game long enough to know how to adapt with change. So I think Amazon's going to stay. And I kind of feel like Hulu is probably going to fade away. Because, I mean, I have Hulu, but I don't watch
Hulu's got live sports.
Oh, Hulu does? Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
That's just the only ad I ever hear from Hulu. It's just somebody saying Hulu has live sports. Okay, well then maybe it would stay, but you know, I don't get on streaming too much to watch live. I am kind of like you. We have this black box downstairs. I don't know where my mom got it, but we can watch anything and everything whenever we want. And I'm like, living the life with that.
I think the streaming service that have to go, at least first, would be Netflix. Just because of their run with their how they budget films and then how they distribute stuff. Because they almost went bankrupt not too long ago, remember? And then they came back when the pandemic happened. So I think they're going to make some mistakes in the future years and they're going to disappear first. But what I think will not disappear...
You brought the receipts out, dog.
Right? That was all
we were just like, damn, Netflix, yup.
Netflix, they losing money. That is true.
Right.
What I think will stay like 30 years plus is probably YouTube. That counts as a streaming service, but like, cause like anyone can upload on there and it's totally free and everyone uses YouTube daily. So that's not going anywhere.
So next time we're letting you answer first. So
Yes.
we don't look stupid. Because those are the best answers. He gave the best answers by far. He came with the receipts,
That's
details.
It was ready.
Man.
I'll send you my answer right now. So I do think that Amazon should go first, just because, I mean, I like the idea of indie artists being able to make their own money, but I also would hope that Netflix can find a better way of producing and that they can get on board there and that Amazon can stop having their hands in everything. So I want them to go anti-Bezos. And yeah, I agree with Brent. Like the longest standing streaming service will probably be YouTube, especially if they keep tacking on 2 ads per video. Got anything else to say? Y'all did good? Done?
Mhm.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This is fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me. I'm Cheyenne. This is Cheyenne New, and this is the Unorthodox panel. We just finished discussing streaming and a lot on social media. But yeah, thanks for watching and have a great day.